All right, so I've got another video in our rehab project series. This is for a flip that we did in Charlotte, North Carolina. So with that said, we'll just sort of jump right into it. As far as the property goes, again, it was in Charlotte, near the popular Plaza Midwood area. It was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath brick ranch built in 1954, and it was just short of 1,100 square feet. So this particular house, it was an estate property. So the original owners really had lived in it, taken pretty good care of it, but it was in need of a lot of updates throughout. You could totally taken care of it, but it was just really dated in terms of the kitchen, the bathroom, the flooring, these sort of things. So it had been inherited by a brother and sister, and they were basically looking for an easy selling process and to sell it as is without having to do any kind of repairs because they knew it needed the maintenance and the updates. So the renovation overview, starting with electrical, we did a partial rewire on it, partially reworked the breaker box, put in new fixtures. Plumbing was a partial replumb. We were able to salvage some of the drain lines. I think we did a lot of new supply lines, new fixtures, and then we relocated the washer and dryer from the bathroom out to what was kind of a utility room. We made that a laundry room. HVAC, the system luckily was in pretty good shape. We serviced the unit, and then we did end up replacing a fair amount of ductwork in the crawl space. Structural, luckily we only had some rotted framing around what was probably a leak at the bathtub area. Kitchen, we did a full gut and update. So we took it all the way down to the studs, re-insulated, built out new drywall, cabinets, appliances, countertops, everything brand new. The bathroom, we did gut and renovate down to the studs as well. We actually ended up framing in a brand new linen closet, so we thought that added some pretty good value, but provided there wasn't a ton of storage in this house because it's a little small. Flooring, so we pulled up the carpets, and there were luckily hardwoods underneath the carpets, and we ended up in the areas that didn't have carpet. I believe we went with tile everywhere, with one exception being a patio in the back of the property that it was basically an old porch that would have been like an exterior slab, and you could tell they basically had finished it off, and so the slab was still there. So we removed these vinyl tiles. It sort of had a dated look to them, and we were able to actually stain the concrete and gave it a nice kind of a charcoal gray look. So it turned out good. The roof, so we just did repairs. We didn't have to do any kind of replacement. We did put some new shutters on the property, did some landscaping there as well. And then we created actually a flex space out of one of the rooms. We were kind of challenged in a way because there's this room you'll see in the photos where it was right off the kitchen, and it had two entrances. Like you could come through the kitchen or you could come through the hallway. So from the hallway, it kind of felt like you were in a bedroom. But the way they had sort of framed it in, they basically had opened up a wall, and it went from feeling like a bedroom to kind of like a dining room. So we labeled it and went toward it as a flex space where you could see what we did with the design to try to keep it where you could use it as a dining room or an office or a bedroom, whatever the case may be, just so we were able to market to the as many buyers as we could based on that flex space. So the before and after photos. All right, so starting with the exterior. All right, so you can see pretty straightforward project here. Brick ranch. You can see it's got the little overhang there on the front patio that kind of has that 60s sort of look to it. And the roof's in pretty good shape all in all. So we had a pretty good starting point on the exterior. You can see what we transformed it to. The landscaping really did a lot for it. Putting on the black shutters gave it more of a modern look, and then you can see we painted that front right section to give it sort of an accent, just so it wasn't as sort of bland, just something to give it a little pop. So, and with that and painting the front door, it really did a lot for this property. All right, so kitchen, you can see this old sort of pine, old cabinetry in here, and the green appliances and everything. So it was very dated property. So we did a lot. We took it down to the studs, and then this is what it transformed down to. So you can see a really big change here. backsplash, appliances. Really came a long way. You can see we did new tile. You can see the vinyl. If you look real close down there at the bottom, you can see the vinyl, like 12 by 12 tiles. We went over that with basically like a wood plank style of tile. It really turned out nice. Another view of the cabinetry here. You can see how this turned out. Big change. All right, so this is the flex space I was talking about. So you can see this is actually a bedroom. At one point it was a bedroom. And you can see there's a closet there. There's the doorway that goes into the hallway there on the left side. This wall was opened up at some point and made it feel more like maybe an area you could use for dining or whatever the case may be. So it kind of had this, we went through and kind of, like I said, we tried to create a flex space where it could work for several different types of buyers and what they're, based on how many people might be living in the property or who might be wanting to use it as an office or a dining room or whatever the case may be. But you can see the change there. We did close up a section of that wall. You'll see it better here. So there's another angle. And so what we did to create that sort of flex space, as we called it, was we put the barn door in so you could close that completely off if you wanted to. But if you wanted to feel like it was more open, such as a dining area that a lot of people might use it for, then you could keep that door, wide open. So that was the way we kind of try to tackle that, it was a little bit of a challenge. And this was just a straight on shot of what we started with and then what it looked like once we got done with it. So, okay, living room. So pretty, bland living room here. A lot of white and basically beige, and the carpet was, kind of dirty and whatnot. But anyway, we pulled up the carpets. Again, we had the hardwood underneath. You can see what the paint really did a lot for it to give it a modern look, and just updating the fixtures really did a lot for it. All right, so the bathroom. You can see the old style of vinyl flooring in there. You can see the old green tile. So again, there just really had not been many updates over the years. Most of what we gathered was that this was mostly all original. So you can see the shot here, what this transformed into. Did new tile. Like I said, we gutted all the way down the studs, re-insulated, new shower surround, all new vanity. I think that was a quartz countertop we put in there, new toilet. So really came a long way. And this is another shot, kind of looking back across the bathroom from where the toilet and shower would be. And you can see here we actually built in a linen closet in that corner, kind of where the washer and dryer was sitting. And that really did a lot just to sort of give some functionality to the bathroom, because there wasn't a lot of storage in here. So we felt that was necessary just to, for our buyer. All right, so the bedroom, pretty straightforward here. We just basically pulled up the carpets, refinished the floors. I think we switched out the electrical switch plates and receptacles and that sort of thing, and painted the walls and ceilings. And similarly for the second bedroom, actually. So had a little sort of built-in closet area there. But you can see just the floors alone just do so much for a house. Laundry room. Okay, this is just a little pass-through area. Like I said, this was at some point some exterior like porch, like a back porch with a slab, and they finished it off. And in doing so, they used this faux wood paneling that was really popular back in the 60s and 70s. And anyway, we took that vinyl flooring up for budgetary purposes. We left the faux wood and actually primed and painted over it. And you can see what it turned out to. It was didn't have a lot of options here, honestly, but it did give it a new, spruce it up, give it a new look. And the slab down there was actually something I was talking about earlier, where there was the vinyl, these vinyl tiles down here. When we pulled those up, obviously there was a concrete slab underneath. So what we decided to do was clean that up and actually apply was like a concrete stain in like a charcoal gray, and it was like a matte finish. It's kind of hard to gather from these photos, but it really turned out nice. And then this is what would have been sort of a utility room, and we ended up moving the washer and dryer from the bathroom into this area. And then I believe we upsized the hot water heater, and you can see the washer box there, the new hot water heater, and then you can see the floor, the way that turned out with the concrete stain. So all in all, it was a nice little project there in Charlotte. Thanks again for taking the time to check out our video. We do buy houses and land in any condition. So if you have any further questions or want to discuss your property, feel free to reach out. Our contact is 704-727-6161. That's our office line. You can reach us through email at info@m1propertygroup.com. You can also check us out on our website at www.m1propertygroup.com. You can actually put your information in there, and we'll get that and reach out to you and get the ball rolling. So again, I do appreciate you taking the time to check out our video. Thanks.